This time I'd like to make a video about how unfair the monetary system actually is. Most of humanity is on payroll. They get their monthly salaries and work to make ends meet. There's a middle class, but it is also struggling. And the more money you have, actually, the more freedom you have. Bill Gates, as an example, has enough money to live for his entire family for countless generations, and he will not have to work. That is how unfair the system is. That you think about it. If you have practically unlimited money or an unlimited money supply, you don't have to work at all and can be treated as a royalty forever and ever. While everybody is practically working 40 hours a week or more and trying to make ends meet by paying the bills, by paying the household mortgage debt, by paying the car insurance, taxes. There are so many taxes actually that we are actually constantly paying practically for, well, paying for bills, debt, everything. Taxes there are so many taxes practically right now that we pay off over 50%, in some countries like in Belgium over 60% of your wage onto taxes. At the same time, they bill you if you park your car wrong, and they even grab more and more money away from you. At the end, you'll be working practically only for the state. That's what they want you. You're actually working for the state over 50% of the time. So the more money you have, the more freedom you have, actually. And if you're a multimillionaire or a billionaire like Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg as an example, all these large families who actually own all corporations via holding companies, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, these very powerful families that rule the world actually, they never have to work at all because they have so much money at their disposal. Hell, they print the money and they own the debt. Bill Gates are just small puppets even in their ranks that is being shown to the public to make us believe that that is the highest that you can reach. They own the central banks, they loan out the money against interest and then demand a greater return that is in the system. Just watch my video on the subject, Alex on the Federal Reserve, to understand how this works. But I wanted to talk about the unfairness of the system, that if I would have $1 trillion in my account, I'm just saying, yeah, if you have 100 billion on your account, your entire family doesn't have to work for generations and generations and can be treated like royalty. You can live in palaces or in huge houses and castles just because you have that much money. Money rules the world. And it's not fair that there are people who never have to work at all, can buy themselves everything what they want, material on this planet, and others have to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week just to make ends meet and get enough food at home. So the lower your income, the more slave you are of the financial system. You have to pay off a wage of a debt. You have to pay off a debt of a house, as an example, for 20 years or 25 years just to call one house your own. While at the same time the elites, the top 1% owns over 50% of the global assets. It's incredible now that you just think about it. They can live as kings. Actually, it's an insult to kings because kings and queens in the Middle Ages did their jobs. They had to do something and were at the same time the wealthiest people in the nation, of course. But they worked to get things done. Just compare it to Adolf Hitler in the Third Reich, well, the truth about him, not the false history that you've been taught at school. He worked to get things done during the peacetime before 1939. He did incredible things, Hitler, and it's incredible that you cannot use that as a good example because he unmasked the Zionist cartels or the Jewish elements in the background that manipulate global mankind to wage war after war after war. Today we all rent. Today we don't buy anything anymore. We don't have enough money to buy stuff. Why is it that it's so difficult to grasp the possibility that you could get a house? If you have a child, you get a larger quarters, and then you get a house without actually paying for it and just owning it because you have the right to it. Today we pay off debts that go over 20, 25 years or even 30 years sometimes, and we are entrapped in this financial system. But then if you think about it with an open, clear mind and know that it could be different, then you know that we are practically enslaved in the system. In the new golden age, it will not be only the top 1% or top 10% if you count in all millionaires and billionaires that will not be working at all. There will be people who are wealthier than others, of course, in the new golden age, but nevertheless they will still have a job. The higher the rank and the higher the responsibility, the greater you have funds to deal with, and also maybe the higher your income. But it will never be that the top nobility will not have to work and just live off the backs, literally live off the backs of the working class, or even the middle class that is working their asses off. My mother's a child and youth psychiatrist, and she works incredibly. In the new golden age, we would have to work, each and every one of us, maybe 20 hours a week or less. For the rest, we will enjoy life how life should be enjoyed, and have a natural growth rate, reproduction rate, meaning that there will be a natural sex life among our population, and not this disgusting, perverted, sick, decadent sexual hyperculture has been created in our society. Suppression of our sexual drive, and then offering the solution, marketing the solution via porno and payable sex. They control all aspects of our lives. And the money controls everything. Money is they print the money, of course. They own the money. They own the printing presses. That's the elites. And then they make sure that there's constant depression, economic depressions. To reduce the birth rate as an example. To make people feel unhappy, depressed, downtrodden, lifeless, without a goal, without beliefs. It should be actually for the community. You work 20 hours a week for the community, and then you have everything you need to live for, and it's not a consumerism type society where products are thrown away every second day. It will be a new golden age of durable products. We will create the perfect cell phone with holographic imagery as an example, and make it in such high quality that it serves for an eternity. So we will not need to work and work and work and work, so we will be able to consume. And at the same time we have an elite of millionaires and billionaires that will never ever have to work again and just live off the back of the working people. That's what it is. Just imagine. The people who work to produce all these products are working because they have to pay their bills. Have to pay their mortgages on their houses or on their car, or this and that and this and that, private schools, university studies, money for everything, you know. You have to pay for everything. And you get indebted. And then the elites, or the millionaires like Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg and other billionaires or millionaires that have enough money to never ever work again, but can live literally off the backs of the working class and can buy anything. The elites rule over us like that. They're treated like royals. More than royals, like gods nearly. They look down upon us like cockroaches. That's how they look down upon us. They're nothing but useless eaters in their eyes, goyim. And the best of the goyim shall be killed. It's in the Talmud. Cheers. Well, a short recap now. Money equals freedom. If you have if you're the owners of the money, or the masters of the money, and you're a billionaire, or even work from a billionaire class, but if you have so much money at your disposal, everybody can work for you, because they have to pay their bills and can't make ends meet. They tell us that anybody can actually attain this, that anybody can reach this state of bliss, of beautiful women at your disposal, of fame, of everything what you want. Hollywood is practically an entertainment. It's the birds in the golden cage, Hollywood. And all these apparently millionaires and billionaires like Mark Zuckerberg. They tell us anybody can reach it, anybody else, and don't have to work. The top 1% are in the background. They don't show themselves. They own everything. Or 90% of the global media is in their hands. And hence shape public opinion. But what I wanted to conclude is, in the new golden age, it will be practically a new monarchy, a kingdom, where everybody will be working, even to the highest king. But everybody will be working like 20 hours a week. Sometimes even more or less, depending on what you want to attain. Cheers.
He exists in a world beyond your world.